So I'm actually a little sad, guys. I'm gonna go return my Galaxy S9 Plus after I film this video. And this is gonna be the final review of the Galaxy S9 Plus. All right, so it's a great phone. It's really, really good. It's a little boring. I don't know. Samsung, why did you have to make the phone look pretty much the same as you did the S8 and S8 Plus? I don't know. I guess I got so used to Samsung just doing something different, pushing the boundaries a little bit, and then they kind of seemed like they got complacent. But overall, the Galaxy S9 Plus is a very good phone, fantastic phone even, just not for me. And I hate saying that because maybe once I'm done making this video, I might just actually not return it. So let's go ahead and do the final review on the Galaxy S9 Plus. First off, anybody out there love the Cowboys, give it a like. Anybody hate the Cowboys, don't do anything, don't dislike. But if you love yourself some Breaking Bad, give that a like. And if you love yourself some Lipton lemon tea, definitely give it a like and hit a subscribe button, regardless if you like or dislike any of what I said. So let's get started with the Galaxy S9 Plus. Here it is. This is on the iBlazon, whatever you want to call it, Aries case. If you saw my previous video in which I discussed things to consider, I've had the Galaxy S9 Plus since it launched in the United States. I've used it every day. I haven't switched to another phone. This has been my primary phone. So, where does this phone leave me in terms of my overall appreciation for it, love for it? You know, the Galaxy S9 Plus kind of, I don't know, I feel like it teases me. I feel like it teased me. I feel like it gave me so much. There was so much hype surrounding the Galaxy S9 Plus when it first started to leak and rumors and the camera reinvented that, I don't know, man. I'm a little deflated. I mean, let's talk about the camera for a second. It's a great camera. It has dual lenses. One even does this whole mimicking thing that a regular camera does. I mean, the aperture closes, the aperture opens. It lets in more light when it's dark out. I mean, on paper, that's fantastic. Now, here's the problem with it. Despite it doing all of that, pictures are still soft. Pictures are usually way too soft. I don't know, man. It kind of makes me, and that's kind of where I'm heading right now, because once I'm done with this video, I may return this phone or I may keep it, but I'm leaning towards returning it. It kind of makes me appreciate what Google does with its processing capabilities on the Google Pixel 2 XL. Because hardware-wise, Samsung has Google beat in terms of, I mean, I can just say in terms of phone overall, but in terms of cameras, obviously 2 versus 1, and this phone still doesn't process as good as Google. Now, this phone is a very good camera overall. I'm going to put it maybe top 5 amongst phones out there right now, head-to-head with probably the iPhone X, but I'm a little deflated. And let me know in the comment section below if you were deflated when you saw that the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus, and we're going to focus on the S9 Plus, was released, when the rumors had finally come out, when we knew for a fact what this phone was. Were you deflated? Did you get this phone? Did you cancel the pre-order? Did you rush out and buy this phone? I would love to know, because I pre-ordered this phone and I'm a little deflated. I expected this phone to give me more, and I think what Samsung gave us instead was a safe bet. Samsung said, hey, I know you hate where the fingerprint sensor is, so we'll fix that. And I know that camera is all the rave these days, so we'll try to make that better. But other than that, I mean, in my opinion, the super slow-mo is a bit gimmicky. Why? Because you have to hit it just perfectly, or you need that motion to fit right inside that box for it to capture 720p footage at 960 frames per second. So if all that goes well and works well and the lighting is just right, then you have some pretty cool 6 seconds of footage. The Animoji stuff is fine. I have yet to use it. Honest to God, I have yet to even turn it on. And that's not because I'm hating on Samsung. I didn't even turn it on my iPhone X. It's not for me. However, the camera, front-facing, is not as good as others. Rear-facing is not as good as others. Now, what Samsung did do is continue to make sure that their phone looks sexy, that their phone is sexy. I think that this infinity display and this amazing ability to pretty much reduce bezel without necessarily making a notch is fantastic. But Samsung did that with the S8 and S8 Plus, and I think Samsung could have pushed the boundaries a little further, a little more. I think Samsung could have done a little more with their battery life, but that's not without saying that this is probably one of the best battery life experiences I've had on a smartphone. I absolutely love not having to worry about battery life. But with that being said, it's frustrating that Samsung didn't try to push the boundaries like the OnePlus and the Huawei's of the world with their dash charging and super fast charging. This is Quick Charge 2.0 and it's a little frustrating. Yes, it has wireless charging, but I think the majority of people out there would probably say that they prefer a phone that charges super fast or a lot quicker than what we're used to than having to go out and spend the money and get a wireless charging puck or stand or something so that your phone can sit on and charge slow or a little slower than quick charging, just so that you don't have to grab a cable and plug it in. Again, let me know in the comment section below if you differ and if you feel a completely separate opinion or feels completely different in general with what I'm saying in regards to battery life. So overall, this phone battery life is fantastic. It's going to get you at least 5 hours of screen on time, if not 6, sometimes 7. You're going to get through a full day's use. You might even go over 24 hours. If you didn't see, I suggest you watch my battery life review on this phone. Kudos to Samsung, not kudos in the fast charging department. Wish they did a little more there. I do like that this phone finally, I'm sorry I keep doing that, but this phone's getting so dirty, has a front-facing speaker. Not speakers, they have one here where your earpiece would be, and then one down here where the normal speaker would be and is, sort of like what the iPhone X is doing, or the iPhone 8 Plus, etc. Thank you, Samsung, for finally doing that because it sounds good. It gets pretty loud. Now, it doesn't get as loud as other phones that I have and have used, but that's an improvement. So, overall, what you get with this phone is a phone that takes very good pictures, very good video, looks very good, has a great display, has a very good battery life, yet to me, and I've seen a lot of reviews, I feel like this phone was way too conservative and this phone could have been a lot more. This phone to me feels like what Apple did and has done consecutively year after year after year until the iPhone X, in which we knew exactly what their phones were going to look like. And I think that Samsung has finally reached that tipping point, that peak where now they need to push it to the next level. We see what they can do with the infinity display and reducing the bezels on the side of the phones and even on the top of the phone. However, we know Samsung could still reduce bezels on the top and the bottom because the phone makers are doing it. Samsung did innovate and push the boundaries with their display, and I think now they're starting to finally just settle for that display. I wish Samsung would have pushed the boundaries a little more and gave us some more features, maybe some better stability, some better sound, maybe push this phone to maybe something along the lines of the LG V30 and what LG did in terms of like your phone is going to be your point and shoot and video recorder. I wish Samsung, and maybe they still can, I wish Samsung would have really focused hard on their software and made sure that their pictures and videos just stabilized and looked and processed as good as Google. Probably never going to happen because Google's Google. However, it'd be cool to see Samsung doing that. Bixby is still on this phone and I still don't use it. I think I've maybe used Bixby once and that wasn't even on this phone. That's with like the Galaxy Note 8. I wish that this button for Bixby wasn't here. I wish Bixby didn't even have a button. I wish Bixby just had a command. I think it'd be really cool if Bixby was there and people got to choose between Google Assistant or Bixby or something else instead of forcing this Bixby button so close to the volume rocker. It still happens. It's going to continue to happen, and people are going to get aggravated that they're touching the Bixby button versus the volume rocker. They want to go volume down, and unfortunately, they activate Bixby. However, software-wise, Samsung has improved drastically over the years. I used to really get frustrated with TouchWiz, and now I actually enjoy it. To me, TouchWiz doesn't really bog down the phone. It doesn't lag the phone. It brings a lot of features and functionality that I actually use and appreciate, but there's still room for improvement, and I'm still going to say, just like many others, that if you want the best Android, I'm talking stock, vanilla, unadulterated Android, you're going to want to go with the Google Pixel and straight up Google itself. But TouchWiz works well, and I can't complain because it used to suck, in my opinion. So here we are, a great phone that kind of got boring, kind of got stale, and once I'm done with this video, I'm going to probably have to decide if I'm going to return it or not. It's either this phone or the Google Pixel. God, I love Lipton lemon tea. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this phone, what you guys think of other phones that are out right now, and do you think that Samsung hit it out of the park with this phone, or do you think that Samsung could have done a lot better? More importantly, stay geeky. If you like this video, like it. If you hated this video, don't dislike it. If you love this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Like always, like I said, it's important to stay geeky. Peace, salute, and adios.